What's going on? Is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Rita and I are out and about, and we're making our way away from the pool area over here at Aria. This is the hotel that I'm staying at. And we're about to make our way over down to Fremont Street and just kind of hang out over there. We might even head over to Circa. I don't know. Got a couple days to chill out and hang out. Actually got to come back and record the LaPeef Let's Talk show tonight. So we're going to be doing that on a live stream. And it's funny because my time, right? I always still try to stay by East Coast time, but you still adjust to what it is that you got going on the West Coast. So you really like got an extra 3 hours. So it's kind of difficult trying to balance that because I still got to get up early in the morning, do my meetings, and because I usually wake up at about 4:30 in the morning East Coast time, that translates into 1:30 in the morning over here. So, but then you got to go to bed at 8, 9, 10 p.m. and that's no fun. Who wants to do that? So, as a result, we're trying to balance the two. Flew in yesterday. Everything is awesome. And we're having a good time. I hit the tables a little bit. I was gambling like, I don't know, how much do you think I was going per throw? You just not going, you don't even answer no more.
I don't know.
It was a few $100s per throw. That's not crazy. A few $100s per throw. Well, it was at the dice table. That's really the only thing that I play is at the dice table. You can win big, you can lose big, but I wound up breaking even. I don't know, I made like 80, 90 bucks, but I consider that breaking even. Oh, snaps. The Streets is undefeated. Rest in peace to the Godfather, Kevin Samuels. The Streets is alive and well here in Vegas, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you, listen, I'm gonna be real with you. You know what? I don't think we go out this way in order to catch my Uber. We gotta go down, yeah. I'm gonna be real with you. Like, it's very expensive right now to travel. I was reading an article today, and they were saying that traveling expenses, and they use the word inflation, but let's just say traveling expenses. For those of you that are new to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the Patreon. Link is in the description. If you need personal coaching, make sure you tap in with me. I do love the Aria and the Vdara. They just recently redid Aria rooms, and then the Vdara. I usually stay at the Vdara. Rita stayed at the Aria. I sent her here before with her friends, and I stayed at the Vdara. This is actually my first time staying at the Aria. I usually stay at the Bellagio. That's my preference. But traveling, you know, I'm having a Patreon meetup here. We go out this way?
Yeah.
I'm having a Patreon meetup here, or do we go out that way? Having a Patreon meetup here on Saturday. So we got the Patreon exclusive meetup. I gotta go out and scout some locations either today or tomorrow. In addition to trying to have a good time and balance it out. So it's mostly all work here. Like, if we want to just be absolutely real, it's 100% work. And then people were telling me that, yo, it's expensive right now. As far as how much it's costing to be able to travel, I'm ordering my Uber right now too. As far as what it's costing us to travel, and I'm kind of out of the loop, right? And the reason that I'm out of the loop is because most of the time, unless it's like a really quick flight or a business flight or I can't find anything, because all of my flights are booked ahead of time, most of the time I'm, you know, booking first class. And so my tickets can range anywhere from $1,200 to $2,000 plus per ticket. So I'm used to paying that crazy amount of money. But then, you know, when people was telling me like, yo, Anton, the prices is astronomical or whatever, and I give people a long heads up. I give them at least a month. As soon as I get done with the last Patreon, we jump into Patreon meetup, which was in Atlanta. What was the last Patreon meetup? Is that Atlanta? I don't know.
No, DC.
DC. Shout out to DC. We did a Patreon meetup in DC. You know, I let people in and I give them at least a month to be able to book and stuff like that. And they was like, yo, Anton, it's kind of expensive out here, fam. And I said, well, what's going on? What is what is happening? What is the prices? And they said, like, for example, from DC out here, round trip, it was like $900 plus for a regular ticket on Delta. Now, I don't know what's happening on Spirit. I don't have any problem catching Spirit, but you know, I'm not familiar with it. So they were telling me that it's costing a lot like that. And I'm like, that's getting close to what we paying for first class tickets. What's happening out here? So it's really, really weird, and it's an ironic situation that we find ourselves in, and that a lot of people are going to suffer. And I'm not even talking about meeting up in Vegas or none of that. I'm talking about long term, when we talk about the decimation of the middle class and everybody being priced out of being able to do the thing. You're gonna have to literally be saving up and budgeting to be able to take a flight. That has nothing to do with the hotel, has nothing to do with food, accommodations, having fun, or anything like that. Just to even be able to do things as a regular single person, you're going to have to be budgeting extensively, and that's weird to me. That is very, very weird to me. I know that normal people do it, but you don't want to be in a position to where you have to be subjected to what's happening around you instead of controlling the narrative. I will never have to worry about it. I will never be broke. I will never be in a situation where I'm worried about what everybody else is talking about. So that's not a concern for me. But for everybody else, I think that that should be a concern, because you're seeing the beginning of what is going to be the decimation of the middle class. They say it's up over 20%, 18 to 20%, the inflation for being able to travel back and forth. And that's not even limited to flights. It's limited to nothing. You jump in a car, it's gonna cost you a bunch of money to be able to fill up your gas tank and go to and from. So inflation is high on that. I think it might even be higher from a percentage basis points perspective. I think it might be a little bit higher when it comes to jumping in a car, as far as how much it's going to cost you to travel more than it will booking it ahead of time. And I'm not even gonna talk about overseas flights. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. I don't understand. I don't know how we can make this adjustments except for make more money, make sure that we're investing in the things that's going to then pay for us. Make sure you start the businesses that you need to start that's closely aligned with your lifestyle, basically turning your hobby into a business so you can justify the expenses that come along with legally writing off the expenses that you're going to incur from a business perspective, and then, you know, trying to figure it out as we go, because I think that there's going to be a bigger divide between the haves and the have-nots, and you're going to see it play out in real time, because everything is in disarray. You got the Fed raising rates, you got Biden not knowing what he's doing, you have jobs laying off. Yep, I just dropped the video just a little bit ago about jobs laying off, and people don't know what to do. They are absolutely astonished at what it is that is happening in the economy, and it's playing out so fast. Nobody really got any time to react, because nobody really knows what they're doing, right? So I'm just going to continue to encourage people to try to get to the bag, try not to panic, make informed decisions. If you getting a raise, if you winning, do not increase your lifestyle to reflect whatever it is that you're getting from a raise perspective. Continue to stay down for an extended period of time, and then long term you'll be able to do what you want to do. Rita, you got anything that you want to add into this conversation? No. At all?
Nope.
I seen you over there doing your story.
No, I was talking to Les on Facebook.
Oh, let me call Les. Let me talk to my baby. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later. Peace.